welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanika E, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I completed my 2021 vision board. So if that's something you're interested in, please keep on watching. I had so much fun creating this vision board. It's the first vision board that I have created that is so laser focused and tailored just for me. Okay, and I owe it all to Erin on Demand here on YouTube. I will link her video down below. She did a video on how to create a very effective vision board. I followed her steps pretty much to the T. So if you're interested, I will link that video down below as well. Also, if you enjoy the content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave. All right, guys. Let's get right into the video. Step number one in your vision board planning is to actually plan. So you will need to write down your goals first. I did so using this notebook that I picked up from Target. If you have not watched my video on my vision board prep, I will link it down below because some of the things that I'm saying will make a little bit more sense if you've already watched that previous video. So the first thing you're going to do is jot down all of the goals you have for 2021. At this time, you're not really trying to categorize them or anything like that. Just as the goals come into your mind, just kind of dump them onto the paper. And then after I did my initial dump, what I then went back in and did is categorize all of the goals that I have. And I ended up putting them into 5 different categories: YouTube, career, fitness, marriage, and personal. And my personal section was so large, I then created subcategories for personal, and that is spiritual, self-care, and finances. And as you can see, I went back in beside each bullet point and I put a little number there. That number correlates with the category in which I am going to place that particular goal in. So once again, the categories are numbered here on the side, right beside the goal. Once I had all the goals mapped out, I had them into categories, the next thing that I wanted to pre-plan was the imagery that I wanted to use for each goal. So that is what I did on this page. Never mind that there are scratch marks through them because I previously did this. And so as I found an image that goes with that particular goal, I would scratch out that bullet point. I'm a type A person, and it just helps me visually to know what I've done and what I haven't done. So once again, for each category, I put down very specific imagery that I wanted to use for each section or category. And that's it, guys. That's all you have to do for step 1. The third step is to gather your materials. I am using this vintage frame that I picked up from a thrift store. I previously did a DIY on it and I thought, why not repurpose it? I'm going to be adding some contact paper to the matting. You're going to need glue sticks, some scissors. These numbers I'm going to use to create my 2021. You're also going to need the images that you printed from online and a black and white poster board. I also ended up using Gorilla Glue, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. You can pick up this particular contact paper at just about any home improvement store. I actually picked mine up at Family Dollar for about $4.75. You will also need some type of straight edge to help you to kind of smooth the contact paper onto your surface. Work slow, girl. We're not in a race. And make sure you get all of those air bubbles out so it can be nice and flat. Go ahead and begin cutting out all of the images that you plan to use for your vision board. Please keep in mind that when you are selecting the images, the size matters. So think about the frame that you plan on using prior to printing out your images. Okay, I had to do a little bit of resizing, but for the most part, I was spot on. Now, here you see I put them into categories. This was super easy because of that planning that we did in step 1. Please don't skip that step, guys. Here's an example of how printing out your images will help you to have it tailor focused to your particular goals. So I printed out my YouTube banner, and I also printed out the subscribers that I would like to have by the end of 2021, and I simply put that over the top of my current subscriber count. Boom, instant gratification. Because this contact paper is a little bit muted, I decided to go ahead and put black poster board behind each category so that it can pop a little bit off of the marble contact paper. Step 4 is very important, and it is creating a rough draft. Please do not just start gluing things down. It's going to be very difficult to pick those items up later on, and then you'll just have a mess. So make sure you create that rough draft, a template, so to speak, before you begin gluing down all of your clips. Final step is to go ahead and glue all of your clippings down onto your contact paper. Now, I found that when I was gluing down my poster board, I needed something that was a little bit stronger. So the glue stick was not working, so I busted out my Gorilla Glue. I used the Gorilla Glue only when I was putting down the poster board onto the contact paper. Hopefully that makes sense. And for every other clipping, I simply use the glue stick. Quickly go over the items that I chose to put on my vision board for 2021. Starting with my YouTube section here, I simply have the amount of subscribers that I would like to have by the end of the year, at least 50K. And then I put some brands that I would like to work with this year. I would love to work with ThredUp. If you do not know about ThredUp, they are an online thrift shop, and y'all know your girl loves to thrift. I also would love to work with Eunice. It is a hair company, so they sell different types of extensions. I would also love to work with Maybelline. Y'all know my everyday face, my makeup, I normally almost always use Maybelline products. Moving on to my fitness section, I simply want to restart my keto journey. I did keto back in 2018 after I had my son, and I lost all of my baby weight using keto. I also want to get back in the gym at least 3 days a week, and if you get closely, it'll tell you which body parts I'm going to work on each day. And then of course I have a picture of Lori Harvey, because why not? Inspiration, maybe she is just snatched. Okay, And then up here, I have my personal section, which I had to condense down a lot. But my main goal this year is to increase and channel my feminine power through a lot of shadow work. I realized that I have a lot of masculine energy through ways in which I was raised, and I want to kind of pare that back a little bit and push that feminine energy to the forefront. So I plan on reading Own Your Glow, and she is a Black author, so I plan on reading that to help me out. I also plan on doing a lot more self-care this year, so more, you know, just manis, petties, spa days, just treating myself. And then continuing to stay grateful for everything that I have. If 2020 hasn't done anything else, it has reminded me to be grateful and to stay present. And so that's what I have for this one. I have a picture of Sarah Jakes because I absolutely love her and her podcast. My last section is my marriage section. Starting out, we did not get to take a honeymoon. We got married in July because of, you know, that. So we had to postpone it, but I would love to go to Tulum, and this is the exact hotel that I would love to stay in. I have a picture of the surrendered wife here because when I got married, I thought I knew everything I needed to know as far as, you know, how to be a wife and to live within that role, but I do not. And so through some research, I've learned that this book is going to help me a lot, and I'm so excited to begin reading it. The other picture that I have on here is a picture of me and my husband when we went to Vegas for his birthday. I love this picture of us because it's just us. You know what I'm saying? I could go down the rabbit hole, but I'm not. Anyways, and the last two things that I have on here is my dream home. I would love a nice, clean, black and white, kind of a modern farmhouse style home. And then the last thing within my marriage, I want to be a little bit more vulnerable because that masculine energy that I talked about up here makes me pare back a little bit of my emotions, and I don't let my husband in as much as I should. So becoming more vulnerable is going to help me to do that. So yes, that is an overview and a quick little explanation of everything on my board. All right, guys, that's it. That completes this week's video. I hope you guys have a beautiful new year. I hope you all are safe. And thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. We are in for a good ride in 2021. I am so excited to continue creating content for you guys. And I thank you so much for all of the support that you have given me in 2020. And I'm hoping we can carry it on into 2021 and reach some of these goals. All right, y'all. See y'all in the next one.